Rejoice, yaoi fans. Rejoice. Boys love fans. Rejoice. People who like watching a bunch of twinks and femboys run around in skin-tight clothing, sweating and making the most ridiculous gay innuendos possible. Bro, that one dude Oscar was talking about chaining up Isagi and putting him in a cage on a leash. What the hell is this anime? And you know what? Season 2, check out the playlist if you haven't seen the reactions. We all know how I feel about it, right? Blue Lock Season 2 is a textbook masterpiece in how the production staff, the corporate business suits who don't actually make the anime, who don't have any passion or love for the art, simply wants to get in, squeeze as much money out of it to put in the least amount and get the most out of it. They won. Because again, if we look at this, right? I go to literally Kaka TV, Blue Lock finale, right? Let me play you a clip at this. And you know what? I did climax at Blue Lock Season 2 finale. This shit was actually peak. At the end, U20 arc saved. And I said, at this point, right? I mentioned this at the very end. And shut up. Listen to this part right here, okay? Where I finish, and I just want you to listen to this one part, okay? I start popping off because it was so hype. God damn. God damn. Take that shit off. Take that shit off. This shit peak. Yeah. This shit. Yeah. 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 Yes. They did it. This is beyond what I imagined. It is. This episode is genuinely beyond what I imagined. It was. I thought that like they might finish strong, but they finished peak. They did. The level again that animator director did for like the ending episode. Could you imagine the quality? Like, dude, one dude pulled up and basically put his life on the line and animated it. Have you ever put your life on the line for a Sakuga moment? That's what that director did. And he single-handedly saved this episode, and it was unreal. Holy shit. That's actually crazy. That, but like, wait, the finale episode had this much care and attention put into it. But wait. Again, the example that I give is that 8-Bit Studios and Blue Lock, basically, they skipped all the fucking lectures. They skipped all the homework, all the labs, fuck all those midterms, pulled up for the final, got 100% and said, fuck you. What do you think? Exactly, that's what they did. Like, dude, straight up, Season 2 was 95% ass. If you pause the frame in any episode, it looks good because the compositing, the color, the bold lining, the character designs are great. But when you actually play the clip and see the movement, there is no movement. It's called PNG lock for a reason. It's called PowerPoint slide for a reason, right? But they pulled up at the end and gave us such an amazing experience that like, this is how I felt. And I'm thinking, shit. The reference, the what's it called, the recency bias of how good this episode's gonna be will make me forget everything about every slide lock that happened. It's fucking crazy. Like, it's 20 plus episodes right now. This is a 14 episode season, and like, people were dooming all throughout. There were some moments here and there like that really popped off, right? I think there was that one where like fucking the dude that talks about impregnating, you know, the fucking soccer net with his balls, right? Like, that part was absolutely fire. And there's some other parts that really does pop off, but like, that's like 5%, not even 5% of the actual material that's been given. And because of the recency bias, right? What's a recency bias? It doesn't really matter. The middle parts were kind of bad. Because if you give people such a lasting impression at the end, that's kind of all they fixate about. And I believe that Blue Lock nailed the finale so fucking well that most people are willing to go in and say, you know what? Let them cook all over again. So with Season 3 officially announced, but that's not all. Coming summer 2026, Blue Lock will be adapted into a live action film. That's gonna be interesting. I don't know what the hell that's gonna be about. Coming summer 2026, just in time for the World Cup. And that's great marketing. But like, do you think Season 3 is going to happen the same way? Why wouldn't it? Right? Why would this studio, 8-Bit Studio, and the producers that work on this, like Bandai Namco and such, right? after they saw the success of season 2, of putting in again the least amount of investment and having such a climax at the end, and for people to just forget, like myself included, don't you think they're going to do it all over again? And this is the meta, bro. This is straight up the meta of modern anime. Not every anime project is going to be like this. There's still going to be diamond in the rough out there somewhere where people actually care about the show and want to give it all the attention. But this is like very min-maxed, extremely min-maxed. What I mean by min-max, right? It's like a gaming term. It's basically like you want to, again, just do the least amount during moments that like people don't think matters as much, and then kind of like go all out in these specific bursts to give the people the impression that like, shit, maybe it actually was peak. Other studios get people talking with their amazing animation, their love for the material, etc. Yet you throw away money for a live action nobody wants and will never reach expectations anyways. You know what? Hot take here. I think that the live action may do really well. Do you guys know about this? There's a sports anime called Prince of Tennis. It's an old sports anime, but I think that it's a decent comparison because it also had the same demographic. You think that Blue Lock is something that only guys watch. It's not. There's a reason why I started this video saying, are you ready for a bunch of, femboys and twinks, run around in tight clothing, sweating, making gay jokes? Because the ladies love it. And the ladies also love Prince of Tennis as well as the live action. The live action Prince of Tennis went fucking crazy. It was like a musical. People love this shit. And if they're able to kind of like dig deep and kind of resonate like those kind of feelings with the live action project to the target audience, you never know. You genuinely never know. And in a weird roundabout way, in a very I don't really believe this, but like if the live action succeeds, that's a lot more resources and money that could be invested back into the Blue Lock animation project. But the likelihood of that happening with this production staff, seeing what's happened in the past, extremely hard to believe that would ever happen. Just take the budget from the live action and put it towards the animation for the 3rd season, please. I don't think they're going to do that, bro. I think, they're going to min-max. Leaked footage of the live action movie. I think this is Shaolin Soccer. Yes, going to be the best in the world. Throwing money on a live action nobody asked for instead of getting better animation. Stink aura. What is up with the compositing of Isagi's aura, bro? Why is it green like that? It does look like fart aura. Please this time improve animation because the arc was the most important arc in this anime. We all waiting for it. I thought U20 was the most important arc. I thought this shit was actually the most hype arc of Blue Lock, but I guess season 3 is going to be crazy. Investing in the wrong things again, man. They did this with episode Nagi and season 2 animation was buns. That was an issue, right? Season 1, near the end, the production value started to drop off a lot. Some people noticed it near the tail end, and that was because why? Apis Studios announced that they fucking decided to invest in the movie. With the limited resource and the manpower they had, they decided, hey, while we're still doing season 1, we're not even finished with it, let's just fucking make a movie. And it got spread even more thin, the limited resource they had. And the movie was also pretty ass, right? But this is what I'm saying. This is a very aggressive behavior in sacrificing quality because they know how to min-max. This is the meta. If this season turns out to be just another slideshow, then you can keep it. Nobody wants to watch that shit if you get more animation by reading the manga. Well, that's what you may say, but I think a lot of normies online, right, that even was joking around with slide lock will show up and watch it if, again, they are able to give us these amazing recency biases to conclude. Little bit of a spoiler. What the hell is this? What the hell is happening here, bro? What is possibly... What? What kind of American soccer? Why is there guns? Isagi is literally making the Glocks, the fucking blicky, bro. The puzzle pieces are turning into a gun. And I think at the top right, this is the newest character, right? There was a guy that was shown at the end of season 3, or season 2, sorry, who had blue hair. And he had like a tattoo of like a flower. Maybe it's not the same guy, but what the hell? could be the reason of this image. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave off this video. Get hype for Blue Lock fans. If you care about Blue Lock, another season is coming. I think that was very obvious based on the success of season 2. But like, damn, you really think it's going to be any different? I think season 3 is going to be just like season 2. Slide lock. Very uninspiring PNG movement, but the story and the direction, the soundtrack, the voice acting, and the overall art style and compositing will look good enough such that we will eat up the garbage and hope for the specific moments to really, really pop off. And that's kind of where we're at. It's kind of sad, but that's reality.